Well, we've made it to October, and we're finally getting to the point where we can put the last few pieces of the puzzle together and have things ready to go for the coming hunting season and the winter. One of the projects I'm doing is to put in a few birdhouses here, and of course that won't do much for this fall, but they'll be in place and ready to go for some birds to make use of them next spring, hopefully. Um, Types of birds that could be here because of the type of terrain that we have could be anything from bluebirds to chickadees to wrens, house wrens. A lot of different possibilities for what could use these houses. Also getting the last finishing touches on the blind, the stand itself. I've got a little heater in there and a 20-pound tank, propane tank, in order to keep it warm as the winter goes on. The windows are all in and ready to go and in good shape for sliding. I've got a little diary there, a nice comfy chair, and a bucket for some supplies as needed. And I've got the screen stored away, so they'll be ready to go on again next summer when the bugs come back. I've got a little shelf to put my coffee on, a pair of binoculars, and maybe even to sit my phone on. All set to go with that. The food plot has been a real pleasant surprise here as we get into October. It's really come in full here, as you can see. Just about anything that I started back at the beginning of September has come in really well. The deer have been taking a real advantage of it. Here's a deer in one of my satellite plots that is eating some brassica. They've really been pounding the turnips and the radishes. Usually that doesn't happen until we get our first freeze, and we haven't gotten that yet, but they have been hitting it hard. We also have the rye grain, the winter rye that's up, and they've been hitting that as well. Not only during the day but at night, so they'll be there for several different feeding sessions during a 24-hour period. The Fisher box, or the Pine Marten box that I have, has been a real joy. This guy has been a real consistent visitor. Will visit 2-3 times a day. Unfortunately, I can't be there all the time to keep putting stuff in there, but if I every 3 or 4 days get a little bit of bait in there, it is enough to keep them coming back for more. I have been using mostly roadkill. As you can see, he's going in and bringing out a grouse that I found alongside the road. And I've also been putting some suet in there, and he seems to like that just as much. He'll go in there and take that out, and seems to get a lot out of that as well. Besides the Fisher, I've been getting a few other visitors there, like this red fox that came one evening. And I've even had a couple of mice that have showed up and been interested in what I've had to put into this little box here. So it's been a lot of fun, and I look for that to continue.